Hello, this is Mixers Rock. It's going to being the leader of the electro Tesla. We'll do that. Start off with instructions. It's set 41506. This instructions are color coded in yellow. There's a show design which is actually reflected, as you can tell by the top. It's meant to be precision. It's reflected. Um, uh, instructions, get a piece list, which so sets overall consists of a total of 54 pieces, which already makes him the electrode with the least amount of pieces by far, but he's so on its own he counts with 44 pieces, which not only makes him the serious one to the least amount of pieces, he's out of all the Mixels, he's the one with the smallest amount of pieces. So it's interesting. Get the 2014 Mixel checklist. You're just going on Mixel's page. The code is CH4AR8ED4UP, which decoded is charged up. So an advertisement for the Lego Club. And that's pretty much it. And so its name is based on word Tesla, which is both as in Nicholas Tesla, but also as in Tesla coils. And so just like the other choice, he's color coded in yellow, which is one of the colors that electric colored in. And it's in out of the, I will say he's got the least interesting design, mainly because he doesn't anything in particular, and unlike the other Melonians, doesn't have an impressive height to it. But as it stands, so he does have fairly large, so which is nice. But what is the most known is that he's got a tail, and he's the first Mixel to have a tail. It's very long. It's and it has sort of a lightning bolt. The tip. So one of them is transparent turquoise, the other is transparent indigo. So that is definitely the interesting feature. Just design. Causes articulation, so you can pop the eye off. You can position how it does look. What's above him at his left. I'm going to do that. And he actually has mouth articulation. Can open up like so and close up and down, and it's definitely very cool. And he's a bit of the Volk. He's the only serious form Mixel to have mouth articulation to appreciate. So can hinge the arms up like so and down like so. Its feet are ball jointed, so you can rotate them 360 degrees, and you can do the splits. Now when it comes to its tail, which as you noticed just popped off, that's because unfortunately doesn't stay in that well. It would have been better if the connection was a bit more secure. As goes the tail, so it can rotate 360 degrees, and the tip is on a hinge, so you can move it up and down. So, well, the tip just popped off. May have to, let's see. Oh, no, just do a jump cuts then. And there we go, but since that is made of sort of Right, you can actually just around, and you can see the tail just wiggles around. So it definitely, so not only it popped off again. Not only the Tesla the first to have a tail, but he actually managed to be with the most articulated, most posable tail, because how elastic it is. So that's pretty cool. Now it should also be mentioned that you want to have him hold his tail. Now I think see here, sort of image has to still hold it with his left hand, but in the instructions, just to them. Oh, what's a spoiler right there? It wants you to hold it with his right hand. So it doesn't really make a difference. You just to one side, and then the hand is a clip, so it can clip onto the tail like so. So sort of electric cars. That's something you can do if you want to. And when it comes to displaying it, does make since the tail's just going to stick out a lot from the back, and it's popped off again. But that's not all, as he also comes with a Nixel, and this is more of a squish, like with a doesn't have prominent ears, so it has the slope on top, and for feet, and it's all a nice addition. Nixel, it comes to interactions. You can have, so since it's a clip like that, it can clip onto Tesla's tail, so you can try attacking Tesla. And yeah, because so when you're wiggling it around, though of course it would eventually get to the point time which you would yet again pop the tail off, and yet again, okay, it's just the actual main little piece that pops off. I think I'll have to do another joke out. Yeah, that's all that I had to say about Tesla. So overall, I think he is a pretty Pixel. He does have a more simplistic design, but he does get to stand out for having fun. As was one of the very small and serious form of mixed to have mouth articulation, and he's the first mixed to have a tail, which is very flexible, though I do have this issue of it being very delicate and can easily pop off. There's another setting, he calls it a Nixel, which is a nice addition. So overall, I'm going to give it between a 10. Actually, I should mention that he is the cycloptic the electroid, since of course it's faithful that there shall be cycloptic, and Tesla, interestingly enough, is the only cycloptic leader of Series 1. It is really interesting, but that's all the Tesla about him. So we'll have, hey,